Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here today. It is the 31st of December 2023, whole new year tomorrow. Usual quick request, if I could make that please, and that's if I could ask you to subscribe to the channel. That'd be marvellous, big help and appreciated, so please do click that button if you would. Today we're going all the way back to 1982 and Buck Dharma's Flat Out album, right? The Buck Dharma, of course, is the stage name of Donald Roeser, longtime guitarist with the Blue Oyster Cult, and say that this is his one and only solo album that was issued back in 1982. And of course, the legendary tale of how Buck got his stage name was that the band's manager, all the way back in the late 60s, early 70s, decided that he'd bestow a stage name on each band member, and that they all binned theirs bar Buck, who decided to keep his. But let's be honest, if you were told that you were going to be known as Jesse Python, well, as one band member was allegedly told, you wouldn't be too impressed either. But anyway, Donald Roeser became Buck Dharma, and there we go, because he quite liked being called Buck, I suppose. Anyway, that's a brief history lesson aside. Get back to the point. I was watching last night, again, the rather impressive DVD of Blue Oyster Cult's 50th anniversary celebrations. Back end last year, they played a 3-night run, and on each of those nights they played one of the first 3 albums. And the first night, of course, was the classic debut album, and I was watching that again. And every time you see Buck play, you can't help be impressed by just what a phenomenal guitar player the man is. And despite not being far off his 80th birthday now, remarkable, isn't it? That he's not lost a step, and he remains, certainly in my view, and many others, I'm sure, one of the finest guitar players of his, not only his generation, but in rock music in general. And over the years, as I say, despite being coming up to 80-ish, he's not lost a step, retains all his dexterity, all the skill, that distinctive, familiar, effortlessly fluid style that he's got. Still at the top of the tree, isn't he? And as I say, watching that DVD again just illustrates what a fine guitar player he is. And it made me go and dig out this solo album and give it another listen, because I'd not spun it for a while. Some things you just overlook for too long, don't you? Anyway, listening to it again, Flat Out, it's a fine album, and Buck seems to be enjoying himself here with a varied mix of songs, which all have like all the typical hooks and catchy melodies, which Buck is known for writing. Many of the BOC classics he's written over the years, and many of the songs on Flat Out would stand up and sit well on any Blue Oyster Cult album. So what have we got? We've got Born to Rock, nice spiky opener, doesn't take itself too seriously, with some quite humorous tongue-in-cheek lyrics. We've got a nice chunky riff, a blazing solo, as we'd expect from the man. And remember, this is the early 1980s, and there's a rather cheesy video for it as well, as the videos were just emerging back then, weren't they? And it is rather cheesy, but it's fun. And if you watch it, make allowances for it. But the song's fine, can't go wrong there. That Summer Night, a nice, really nice melodic rocker along the lines of, say, Burning for You from Fire of Unknown Origin. The hooks are there, the melody's there, the guitar's there, marvellous. Cold Wind tones it down a bit with the sort of a semi-atmospheric ballad, I suppose, again, but it just shows the variety that we've got on here. To illustrate that variety even further, Your Loving Heart. Now, this is a strange but compelling, I suppose. It starts with a sort of a sad, gentle, meandering first section, and you think, oh, here we are. It's a soppy ballad. What's going on here? And then bang, the dramatic, heavyish, slightly weird, bit proggy midsection comes in. Nice, a bit of a surprise there. and then it goes back into a sort of an emotional lead out, I suppose you could call it. But it all works very well, makes quite a compelling song, and it makes sense. You understand what's going on when you listen to the lyrics as well, and the rather unfortunate tale that's told. But it's still, it really is something a bit different, but quite compelling. 5:35, another upbeat and catchy one. Like you say, all the melodies, all the hooks, classy stuff. Wind, Weather and Storm, short, almost a cappella style. Then we've got All Tied Up, and another fun, upbeat, melodic one, hooks, melody all over the place, and then Anwar's theme, a sort of a proggy instrumental, and Buck lets loose again, just demonstrates his ability. And then we've got To Shut It Out, a cover of Come Softly to Me, which, well, we can throw that one away, I suppose. But overall, flat out, it's got much more to it than being a one-off curiosity by one of the guitar greats, really. And yes, it's over 40 years old now, and yes, it's a little bit of its time, but it still, to me, sounds very fresh. There's plenty to enjoy, and it's more than a curiosity for old Blue Oyster Cult fans like me. I mean, I bought this album pretty much the day it came out over here in the UK, and I still like it plenty. So this is the first time I've listened to it in a while, but it's still fine, it's fresh, and it just shows the varying song writing ability of Buck, which he demonstrates, throughout Blue Oyster Cult's career as well. So do check it out. So it's more than worthy, and still good today. As always, I'll put a link to it in the description below, so you can check it out on Amazon or whatever other platform it might be available from. But I don't think it's that widely available these days. But anyway, check it out if you can, because it is certainly worthy of your attention, whether you're an old Blue Oyster Cult fan or you just like classy melodic rock with a bit of edge to it. So there we are. That's Buck Dharma, or Donald Roeser if you prefer, and Flat Out. Please subscribe to the channel before you go. That'd be marvellous. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.